We're rolling.
Good afternoon. In today's video, we're making homemade limoncello. Stay tuned in. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. You saw me earlier, I was drinking a limoncello, and this was just a short bot that was bought for us. And I tell you what, there's no comparison between a short bot limoncello or a homemade one you can do at home. As I said, I'm not Italian, I don't live in Italy. I do not have the exact recipe how the Italians make it, but I know that we've been in Milan a couple of years ago. We went to a restaurant, and like in Italian true fashion, after we sat there for a few hours, had some wine, had some pizza, we've been fed some homemade limoncello. And as soon as I went outside, the limoncello hit me hard. The limoncellos, guys, you can buy in here in the supermarkets. They average out about 20 to I think 24 as a by volume, so not exactly what you get in Italy. I think the one we had probably was on average about 40, probably like a pure vodka. Unfortunately, to make the proper one, we cannot get hold of a pure a pure alcohol of 90 degrees to make it into like a vodka sort of 40 degrees. So unfortunately, we're going to go for a slightly lighter version, and probably a healthier one at that. So anyway, all you guys need to have is some decent lemons, some vodka, and then trying to get a decent vodka. Don't buy the sort of the cheap, nasty bottom shelf things, because like with anything, like with cooking wine or alcohol, it's the best taste, because in the end of the day, this is the product that's going to give you the final result. We'll need a little bit of sugar. We'll need any sealed jar that is perfectly clean and stench free, and I'll explain this to you in a minute, and a little measuring jug. So first things first, right? So jug. The reason we need to have a really clean, airtight jug or jar or a bottle is because of the smell. Vodka will draw any single impurity from pretty much any like product, be it a glass, be it a lemon, be it whatever else. So speaking from the experience, I've attempted limoncello a couple of times and they turned out to be fine. But one of the days I used one of those jars, but I've rinsed it out, but I haven't rinsed it out well enough. And unfortunately, the smell of pickles that I had in the jar got stuck into the rubber. So eventually, when I actually poured my whole liter of vodka and the lemons in there, a few weeks after, when I opened the jar, the vodka drawn in the smell and the taste of a pickles from a rubber, and basically it's gone in a bin because it smelled like a pickle. Yes, it was absolutely revolting, and you can imagine that it was really hot and drenching, and it was a lot of waste of money. So there you have this. Make sure it's really clean, leave it aired, like sort of cooking boiling water, just make sure there's no smell. The best thing actually, like I'm use a brand new one, at least you know nothing's gonna spoil your vodka. So there you have it. Anyway, next thing, lemons. Use unwaxed lemons and trying to get the biggest lemons you can. If you can, use the Sicilian lemons. They are really by far the better, the thicker, just a nicer lemony lemon. As a comparison, supermarket lemon, Sicilian lemon, big one, little one, yeah. Those little lemons, that normal supermarket lemons, have nothing on a proper decent lemon. Next thing, vodka already covered, do the best you can afford. Sugar, you only need a bit of white sugar. For today, because it is going to take us a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks to make the limoncello, sugar is surplus to requirements. And all we got to do, guys, is I'm making half a liter of limoncello. So I'll be using 250 milliliters of pure vodka, and I'm going to use 2 lemon skins. So we need basically 1 lemon per approximately 125 grams of vodka. If I get those guys aside, all I'm going to do is to peel. The best thing I found is use the peeler. You don't have to, you can use a knife, but make sure that you leave the bitter rind inside. We don't want this in vodka, because as I said, that will draw this out and you'll be drinking a pure bitterness. So I get that peeled. Don't have to worry about it looking pretty or anything. It's only going to be there to infuse the vodka with the scent. Just give it, and don't worry, I'm not going to waste lemons. I'm going to make lemonade. You can see another video at some point. So there you have it. I can smell this, it smells amazing. Unfortunately for you guys, like if you do love limoncello, that was one of my favorites before we start going to Italy. And it's just, I honestly cannot explain to you the difference you get between like the stuff we buy here that's in the bottle that call itself limoncello, I bet you bottom dollar it has not seen a single lemon. Yeah, there you have it. So this is, we have 2 peeled lemons, we have lemon rind. All I'm gonna do is to put this into my sterile clean keyless jar. Again, I'm only making half a litre because I don't have that much water vodka, and yeah, that's how much I'm making anyway. So we have in 250 of vodka. There you are. Anyway, put this in. So there you have it. All we gotta do, I know the jar is a little bit overkill. You can, don't forget, scale up the recipe as per 125 ml, 1 lemon, but make sure it's a big lemon. If not, more lemons. All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close the lid. I'm gonna give it a slush up, and then we're gonna put this in a dark cupboard, and we're gonna leave this for minimum of 2 to 3 weeks, minimum. The longer you're gonna leave this in there, the more infused vodka will become. It will change the color from being sort of clear with a bit of lemon. It will start to become yellower, yellower, and yellower. For the first 5 days, don't forget, give it occasional slush off, just a gentle slush off, and we're fine. So I'll see you guys in about 2 to 3 weeks. 2 weeks have passed. Look at that, how golden yellow that looks. This is our vodka and lemon rind, ready to proceed to the step number 2. Let me just sniff that. Oh, it is, honestly. I can barely smell vodka, but I can really smell the lemon. Anyway, so this is what we have. Our next step, don't forget, we had 250 milliliters of vodka. I'm only making a tiny amount. Next thing we need to do is to basically juice enough lemons to give us 250 milliliters worth of lemon juice. Let's proceed. Last time I did that on the eye and it worked out perfectly for something else. So let's see if I can get that right. It's going to be a little bit noisy, bear with me. There we are. And relax. Right, so we're just a tiny bit over 200 ml, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Let's get that off. Okay. Right, so 200 ml of juice, just over 200. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine the lemon juice and 200 grams of white sugar into the saucepan. Okay, so 200 ml. I'm going to put this through the sieve because I don't want to have any occasional pips or the other stuff going in there. So we'll sieve that through. Slowly. Hold on. Might need a helping hand. Okay. Now we're adding on 200 grams of sugar. Mix it in. And all we're going to do is just dissolve this. You can bring this to the boil and just, yeah. Okay. So we'll wait for the sugar to dissolve, and then we'll let it cool, and then we'll see the next step. So here we have our lemon juice and sugar. It's pretty much really cool. The lemon vodka, all I'm going to do, I'm going to combine those in this little pot here. Yeah. Sorry guys, the mics have failed, so I have to do the voiceover on the last bit for you. So here's the vodka through the sieve. I've got my lovely IKEA jug with a cork, nothing else needed. Those kind of drinks just don't hang around this house that long. So, one thing guys I just wanted to tell you, this is my limoncello recipe. I know there's many other ways you can do the limoncello, and I'm sure a proper way, but this is how I do this. It's really fresh, we love it, and that's enough for us. So, next thing I'm gonna do is to take my jug, and I'm gonna pour the liquid limoncello in. And there you are. It's looking nice and golden. So all I'm gonna do now is to put the cork in, put it in the fridge, and then enjoy it nice and cold. Don't forget, guys, if you like the video, you thumbs up, subscribe, and see you again very soon. Bye bye.